I made the sacrifices when I didn't need to. That is a quote from Jeff Mendez, who was very, very big in the door-to-door space and got his team to sell 10,000 accounts over the summer. And just that one really struck me because, and I'll just dissect it a little bit. I made sacrifices when I didn't need to. And then I think about my time in my life. I'm 19 years old. I'm a freshman in college. Worst case scenario for me this summer, because I'm going door to door. Worst case scenario, I work my ass off and I make every sacrifice that I need to be as successful as possible. And I hyper focus and I hyper fixate and I obsess over this one thing for 3 months. In worst case scenario, I do all of that stuff. I leave everything on the table and it doesn't work. And then I just go back to the life I had before. Like I started here and I have the potential to be all the way up here, but at the end of the summer I fall back here. But if you don't do anything, then you stay here and you just stay here anyways. Like there's literally no risk in my mind. You are making sacrifices, but in my mind there's literally no risk. I am at a very unique time in my life, as I said before, being 19 years old and a freshman in college. I have no responsibilities. I have no responsibilities. I don't have to do anything for anybody. I'm not even paying for my own housing or food or any of that stuff. Like it's taking care of my parents because I'm in college. But if I go out of college and it's like time to lock in, like out of college is time to lock in or whatever. Now I have all these responsibilities. Now I gotta find a place to stay. I gotta find a place to sleep at night. I've gotta get a job, and then I live paycheck to paycheck on that job. And then you start building up all these things. You might get a wife or a girlfriend that you start living with, or you start to get kids and stuff like that. And now you have your job that you don't want, that you got because of your degree in college. And now you're like, I'm gonna go start knocking doors. Like you tell your whole family, I'm gonna start knocking doors. Like I quit my job, I'm gonna go start knocking doors. Your wife is gonna think that you're an idiot. Like it sounds so dumb, but now you have so much more to sacrifice. There's so many more sacrifices that you have to make. And then if it doesn't work, your life is like would start here and now it might go all the way down here. I would argue that you should still take that risk if that's something you want to do, because obviously if you fail, you fail, you fail. At some point you're going to succeed, but your life could go downhill if it doesn't work out. For me, my life cannot go downhill at all. In fact, summer doesn't work. I might still go uphill because I will have learned a lot and I'll have the discipline and the work ethic and I know how to actually work hard. My message for this video: I made the sacrifices when I didn't need to. You guys make the sacrifices when you don't need to. So then when you're faced with the locking in phase, you aren't hypnotized by the decision of this is what I'm doing now and this is really what I want to get to, but there's so many sacrifices along the way that I might not even make those sacrifices in the first place. And then I'll stay in the same place for the rest of my life. Make the sacrifices when you don't need to, because there's no risk. Like if you want to get to where you want to get to, like there's no risk. Make the sacrifices when you don't need to.